Hey everyone, this is Michael with a general reading intended for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of April 2020. I do apologize that these are coming out so late. I actually had some situations arise with friends and family members, and I really just felt like I needed to tend to those, even though I thought I was going to have these readings done days ago. Everything is okay, everything is fine. It's just with the pandemic, with the quarantine, with the crisis that we're in, I really felt like I needed to prioritize the people in my own life, as well as just taking care of myself too. I'm doing very delicate, intuitive work. When you're working as a reader, it's not just a normal job that you can just check in and check out of. It's a very involved and intensive process. So I've just kind of had to take it easy. I am going to be finishing up these general readings, and I'm actually going to be taking off some time from my services. Those will be back later on this month, around Wednesday, April 22nd, and they will be offered at 20% off. I just have felt intuitively guided that I need to take time for myself. I actually felt with this recent new moon, or full moon, that we had, I am really being called to kind of practice what I've been preaching, because a lot of what I've been talking about throughout this crisis is that we are unraveling, we are undoing. It's not about being so active, it's not about being so busy all the time. And our lives are literally being put on pause. Obviously, not everyone has the privilege to do that. Some of you are essential workers, some of you are scrambling to find work, some of you are in really unstable situations. So I'm not shaming anyone who finds themselves in whatever situation they're in. I'm just saying, as an intuitive, I know for myself I really need to take this time, and I'm just going to trust that it's not only going to benefit me, but also my audience and my clients. And as always, your support with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes helps this channel grow. It helps me continue to do this incredible work, so thank you all so much for that. I do have all of my links in the description box down below for the services once they are back. I also have links for my social media. I have been doing messages of the day on Instagram. I think it's actually really nice to have something to kind of refer to every few days with just all of the change and energy that we're finding ourselves in. I think I'm gonna still do those throughout kind of my mini sabbatical here. I really think I'm actually just going to be doing some really deep and intense shadow work. So we're going to be doing that together, because I'm actually going to be doing a Black Mirror reading for you today. Now, for those of you who are brand new to my channel, I just introduced the Black Mirror last month. These are readings that are dedicated more to psycho-spiritual growth. It's a lot about reflection, becoming aware of our patterns, and it really pertains to all areas of our life. So you're going to have to kind of use your own intuition and discernment to see where this pattern applies for you. And if it doesn't, you're more than welcome to check out the previous Black Mirror readings. Those are on a playlist on my channel. They're actually timeless messages. And you can also look at your moon, rising, or Venus sign. Moon sign I actually think is best for this specific type of reading, because we're looking at emotions, we're looking at the subconscious, and the moon represents things that are not always visible to us. So we're going to take a deep look together here, Scorpio. Before we do that, I do also just want to give a quick shout out to a friend. She is an incredible artist and an awesome activist and person all around. You can find her on Instagram, and she has a website as well. It's Actaea Alchemy. She makes these incredible pieces of jewelry. She actually just recently released this line that was based off of the tarot suit, The Swords. And she had this amazing Three of Swords pendant that I totally regret not snatching up while I could. A lot of it's already gone. She's very popular, but a lot of my artist friends, a lot of my performer friends are really being hit hard by our crisis, by the lockdown. So if you want to support someone really awesome that I know, check out Alyssa's stuff, her material. And even if you can't, purchase any pieces of her jewelry, follow her on Instagram. She has really awesome posts. She just makes these beautiful pieces, and I think you'll all really enjoy them. So let's do some shuffling here for you now, Scorpio. What are the messages for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me clearly. What are the messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What are the patterns that we need to be aware of? And while this is a general message and it won't apply to all of you, also keep in mind that because we are dealing with the subconscious, it may not be a pattern that you readily identify in your own life. So definitely, come back to this video. I'd just be curious to see if, some time away makes you kind of see what I was talking about later on. And of course, you are welcome to look at the previous Black Mirror readings, or again, look at the readings for your other signs. Right away, we have this devil energy. And Scorpio, your energy was feeling pretty heavy when I was stepping in here. And with this devil, there's a lot of fear. And it's very important that you're not making decisions from a place of fear. And specifically what's going on collectively in the energy right now, after this virus, after this pandemic, we're still going to be seeing a lot of control measures that are going to be put into place. And people are going to be very willing to give up their rights in order to feel a sense of stability, in order to feel a sense of security. And the truth is, the pattern we are on, people are going to overextend this very, very greatly. So for you, Scorpio, right now, you need to be very careful of what you are putting your power and energy towards. Because I actually see with this Devil card, and I don't want to scare any of you, you might be manifesting your own worst fears by trying to avoid them. And we're already seeing that in this pandemic. We've seen that with people with the panic buying, with the scarcity that we experienced and are still experiencing. People were afraid that we would run out of toilet paper, and so people started panic buying toilet paper until we actually ran out of toilet paper, and we had to wait for the shelves to be restocked. And I know some stores, it's still empty. But it's like, when you're approaching things from a place of fear, a lot of the time that we deal with fear is by trying to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And panic is a reaction. We've been seeing a lot of, fear is the enemy right now. We can't be afraid. We can't allow ourselves to be afraid. I actually think that we need to own and embrace our fear. It's a very opposite energy, because our emotions are like our children. And by abandoning this part of yourself, it's like you are neglecting your inner child. And instead of you just trying to get rid of the feeling right away and just, panic buying, hoarding, locking yourself down, lock down, but locking yourself in your own head, I actually think you're going to be almost in this self-fulfilling prophecy. Aren't these just such fun and light readings? My goodness. Let's see. What else do we have for Scorpio? What's being reflected back at you? I'm also feeling like a lot of you are finding yourself in situations that don't feel ideal. You feel like you're out of control. Specifically, an example that's actually coming to mind, some of you may be stuck with family members or stuck with people who make you feel less than, or just in a situation that feels unideal. But again, I think a lot of this is still the way you're approaching it. So quiet. Why are these cards so quiet, eh? What are the other messages for Scorpio? Show me clearly. Was that it? Just the one? What are the messages for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you are afraid to accept help because it doesn't feel ideal. It doesn't feel like what you want. There's actually a place of, there's an ego struggle with this. You need to check your ego. You need to be willing to ask for help. However, for some of you, there could be this situation where there's this element of manipulation. And it's either something that is currently happening or it's triggering something from the past, and that's why you feel uncomfortable about accepting help, because in the past help meant control. It was used against you. It was incentive. It's like, oh yeah, I'll help you, but the person did it with the expectation of you fulfilling something for them. And I'm going to be honest, you know, if I was talking to someone out there who was like panic buying or like hoarding things for themselves, I actually feel like it's really important not only for yourself but for the collective that you give away some of the things you've hoarded and to help people who are in need. And I'm not trying to shame anyone. You know, we do some crazy things when we're afraid. And we're just trying to get rid of that fear. We're trying to get rid of that uncomfortable feeling. How can you be of service here? Such a Scorpio read, so much distrust. Oh my goodness. I'm teasing, of course, but that is kind of a stereotype with your sign. And you may very well have been manipulated in the past. I'm sure that comes from a real place for a lot of you. What else do we have here? Your blind spot, the Two of Wands. Some of you are not seeing big picture. Let's clarify this a little more. And you think you see something clearly with this devil energy? The Emperor. You think that control is in analyzing and predicting and being one step ahead. And if you resonate with this, you are going to be very, very uncomfortable. You've already been very, very uncomfortable because the information is changing every day. With what we're supposed to be doing, what's available to us, we literally can't expect ourselves to be one step ahead right now. That's where this control element is coming for you, Scorpio. And I kind of want you to embrace the lack of control. Embrace the chaos. Ooh. Oh my gosh, what did I just tell Scorpio to do? My goodness. Let's see. What else do we have? What's the resolution here? How can we work with this? What's the crack in the mirror? Seven of Swords. Very, very interesting. Let's clarify that. Why is the Seven of Swords here for Scorpio? As the crack in the mirror, someone is... Okay, someone is actually trying to deceive you. And I feel like some of you are watching that and are like, see, told you. But yeah, some of them are actually trying to deceive you. However, don't play their game. I could see you getting wrapped up in that. And even if someone's doing this, it might not be to the degree you think they're doing it. Scorpio. It's like you're almost expecting people to... Ooh, that's interesting. You're expecting this kind of sneaky, backstabbing energy with the Seven of Swords. And if you're not careful, it's going to justify you doing some of this as well. And I almost want to tell you to just be who you want. Be the support you want to receive to the best of your ability. And obviously, we have to take care of each other. You're not always going to be able to give of yourself. You can't expect that of yourself right now, but something isn't what it seems. It's registering to you as some kind of deception. For some of you, it is a deception. There is this element of someone trying to control you, and maybe this is actually just about what is going on politically. To be honest, like, that could be it. That might be it. Just be aware of this. Like, how am I trying to gain control? And how might that be used against me? That's going to be a very, very important question for you this month, Scorpio. And those are all the messages I am getting right now. I do hope that this was helpful or gave you something to think about. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you think this deception might be, or what you think you're kind of projecting into a situation. That's always very helpful to identify and to put into writing. And of course, again, all of my links are in the description box down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.